Hello, Command229 here. I'm going to be doing a reaction to the Kenobi trailer that just dropped. I hadn't planned on doing a reaction video this soon. Right now I've actually been working on my next David Jaffe video. But the trailer for Kenobi just dropped and everyone is talking about it. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen a couple of screenshots, but I haven't actually watched the trailer, and I haven't really wanted to because I know it's not going to be good, but I thought, you know what, I want to capture my reaction on camera. So I'm going to be doing a reaction to the video first, and then afterwards I'll talk about a couple of things that I kind of wanted to talk about, but I won't be like overly long. It's not going to be a, frame by frame analysis. I mean, I might do something like that in the future. Who knows? But for now, let's watch this.
The fight is done. We lost.
So this is something that's not really going to be able to maintain a whole show. I mean, you can do little bits of it. And that idea, oh no, that's probably going to get copyrighted. I like the idea of, like, watching...
to hunting Jedi is patience.
Oh, is that the Grand Inquisitor? Oh, he looks bad.
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion leaves a trail.
Is that it's Ewan? It's from the actor from the prequels. So is this a new Inquisitor?
It's like an itch.
They gotta introduce more Inquisitors.
Help it. Where is he?
Oh, not the spinning lightsabers! Oh, those are so stupid! Ouch! Is that Shark Boy from Rebels? Because I call the fifth brother Shark Boy and the seventh sister Buffy the Jedi Slayer. Oh. Limited series. Yeah, you can't make this into too much of an ongoing series. Wow, that's it. I don't expect this to be good at all. Okay, so let's take a little bit of a look at this. Okay, so we see Obi-Wan on Tatooine. Alright, that's good. He better not leave Tatooine. If he does, we're going to have some problems. Now, the reason why doing a show like this can be a little problematic from a writing perspective is that you're very limited on what you can do with Obi-Wan. There have been, like, some comics and stuff that covered this period of time with Obi-Wan, but he can't really do too much because he's not supposed to stand out. He's going to be seen as a bit of a crazy old man, but otherwise he can't be going on all sorts of massive adventures. He can't go off-world. He's supposed to be watching Luke. And we see, I know we saw that clip of him. Yeah, okay. So we see he's watching Luke here. And I think this is cute. I actually like this. But, we see Obi-Wan watching Luke. Okay. How much of the series is actually going to be about that? Who knows? I don't doubt Disney will screw this up. But I don't trust them to do this right. Because Obi-Wan can't leave. He can't have his rematch of the century with Vader. He can't have his rematch with Vader until A New Hope. That's one of the biggest issues with this, is that there are so many things that are locked in place that maybe at the time that A New Hope was written, it may not have seemed like it was going to be that big of an issue because Obi-Wan served a more limited role. Like, he had his whole role as a Jedi before, but we didn't really get to explore that until, the prequel era. Now, I like the idea of seeing an older Obi-Wan, and you can cover a lot of character stuff with Obi-Wan, like him training to do the Force Ghost stuff. You know, there's obviously going to be a lot of internal issues of stuff like because Obi-Wan has gone from being a Jedi master or one of the generals in the Republic Army fighting in the Clone Wars to now he's stuck on this dust ball having to watch over this kid who's super duper duper important. He's the son of Anakin and he needs to watch over him. But are they really going to resist the temptation to have him go on adventures and fight Vader?
Fade
Now,
in.
we see that they're incorporating the Inquisitors, and I heard there was one. And oh my gosh, the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels. Oh my gosh, this is genuinely embarrassing. Like, this is bad. We know what that species looks like. They were in the prequels. They were in episode 3. How do you mess up this badly? Well, I mean, you're Disney and you just don't care. I mean, look how they did Cad Bane. Not only was it a poor utilization of his character in the Book of Boba Fett, but he just looked bad. Especially when you're taking these characters from animation, you're trying to put them in live action. They are going to look a little bit different. But at least try. It's freaking Disney. You have all of this money that you can put into this, and it looks low budget. It looks like something you would see in a freaking fan-made movie, which, no knock against really done fan-made Star Wars, like short films and stuff, because some of them can be pretty great. But this looks like it's made by someone who does not have the backing of a major corporation. Now, when we see in the back there, we see what I believe is the fifth brother from Rebels. And is there another shot of him? Oh yeah, and we see Ewan, which, okay, and, okay, so we have an Inquisitor on Tatooine. If we're going to be having the Empire finding Obi-Wan on Tatooine, they better not. They better not. Because if they do, again, we're going to be having some problems. Because if the Empire discovers where Obi-Wan is, Vader would go and kill him immediately. Like, we know in A New Hope, when Vader first, senses Obi-Wan, the first thing he does is go and confront him. He wants to kill him and get his rematch of the century there because of what happened on Mustafar. He lost and was horribly disfigured because of that. So he wants to get back at Obi-Wan and, prove that he's better, I'm the master, the circle is now complete, yada, yada, yada. Ooh, it's really concerning to bring Inquisitors onto Tatooine. If she's going to be having a conflict with Ewan, I don't trust. And now we see some, this is obviously not Tatooine. I don't know where this is. I don't know if this is Coruscant or if it's another planet. But it looks like this new Inquisitor, I don't know if she's new overall. I haven't exactly kept up with all of the Disney era canon. But I know there was newer, there were the Inquisitors on Rebels. But it looks like this one is going to get a lot of focus. And it looks like the Grand Inquisitor is there too, and the fifth brother. And they all die in Rebels, But she looks like she's getting some focus, and I hope this doesn't detract too much from Kenobi, because the show is supposed to be about Kenobi. If you want to have they could actually have had an Imperial show focusing on the Imperial characters during this era. That actually would have been really cool. But this is a show called Kenobi. So if we start deviating, with Book of Boba Fett, where they're at some point, it's just Boba Fett just disappears. Now we got the Mandalorian, and it just is weirdly out of place. I hope we don't have problems like that, where it's just Kenobi's just not going to show up for some episodes. I mean, Book of Boba Fett was extremely awful. Extremely bad. But, oof. I don't expect there to be much good. Okay, we see she's doing stuff there, and oh, the spinning lightsabers! Why? Why? Why would you do the spinning lightsabers? They were stupid in Rebels, and they're stupid here. I swear, if they do the helicopter flying thing with them, that will genuinely piss me off. I hated that in Rebels so much. But the spinning lightsabers were stupid. If you want to give them, like, red lightsabers, cool. Yeah, they're basically like Sith lights. They're servants of the Sith. They act like Sith assassins. Whatever you really want to call them, the Inquisitors. But, like, okay, they have, red lightsabers. But don't do the spinning stuff. That's not intimidating. If you think this is intimidating, it's not. Okay, and it looks like that's the fifth brother. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. The fifth brother had that big hat thing, too. But again, this is that city, and Obi-Wan better not be in this city. He better be in... he better be on Tatooine the entire time. Otherwise, we're gonna have problems. And, okay, it looks like we have... Is that Owen? Looks kind of like Owen. Looks like there's a confrontation with this Inquisitor. We better not have too much stuff going on Tatooine, because the Empire cannot know. Especially, there better not be anyone who learns that Luke exists, or that his name is Luke Skywalker. Because again, if Vader found that out before the original trilogy started, we're going to be having some problems. In fact, I remember there was a comic where Vader finds out, I think it was from Boba Fett, after A New Hope, that Luke was his son. When he finds out the pilot's name was Luke Skywalker, and he's just like, oh. Like, I just feel like they're not going to be able to resist, like, doing too much important stuff. Now, we can't tell too much what's going on here. Of course, this is a teaser trailer, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look interesting. Like, Ewan McGregor looks great. Like, okay, they're making sure he looks older, because Ewan McGregor still looks great to this day. But, like, he does look great. Like, he's at the perfect age for this period, being a little bit older. But it's such a shame, because I know Ewan McGregor has been wanting to do more Obi-Wan stuff for years. And this is what they get him back for. Like, yeah, ultimately, this trailer, it doesn't... Okay, looks like we see more Inquisitors here. Is that the seventh sister? I don't entirely know. And it's kind of hard to tell sometimes with, like, the characters who originated from animated shows coming into live action. But, I mean, to be honest, Rebels is not something you really want to tie into. It ended up having some big problems. But, I mean, I like the fifth brother and the seventh sister idea-wise, but Rebels squandered a lot of its potential. But it looks like the one that they're going to be focusing on the most, at least the one that they're showing the most with this trailer, is this new Inquisitor. I don't know if they've said her name yet, but she looks like she's going to be doing a lot of stuff, and she's going to Tatooine. It looks like she's going to have a conflict with Owen, and I don't trust them to have the restraint that would be required for this show. Because really, you would need a lot of restraint for this, because you can't have Obi-Wan do too much stuff. He's going to be on Tatooine. He's going to be training to learn how to do Force Ghost stuff. He's going to be looking over Luke. He might get into some misadventures, especially in terms of protecting Luke, but he can't really do a whole lot, which is, I guess the one good thing is that they are saying this is a limited series, so they're not going to be going for multiple seasons. But still, I think it would have been far better to focus on a more intimate character focused stuff with Obi-Wan for like, I don't know, 6 episodes maybe. And maybe have some flashbacks or stuff if you really, really want to, but especially with them hyping up the rematch of the century with Obi-Wan and Vader, I don't trust them. And I don't trust Disney. Like, is even just looking at the last couple of shows, The Mandalorian was awful. Start to finish, it is a dumpster fire of a show. The Book of Boba Fett was even worse. And then, you have this, which, like, as much as people may want to get hyped seeing Ewan McGregor back, that didn't work for any of the other actors coming in. And it's not going to work for this. And knowing that this show already had production troubles and issues with creative differences, yeah, I don't expect too much from the writing department. There's nothing about this in terms of what you see in the trailer here and in terms of what we know from behind the scenes, what little we do know, that gives any kind of confidence for this. And to be honest, I'm not excited. So yeah, that's it for my reaction and first impressions of the Kenobi trailer. If you want to support me, you can check out my Patreon or my Subscribe store. You can check out the join button down below for YouTube memberships. So yeah, thank you for watching.